Hi, I am Nicolene, introducing flooding in Arouca. Today we're going to try to highlight the concerns and challenges faced by Arouca residents. Keep it locked, we have lots in store for you. Interviews, floodings and damages faced by residents of Arouca. Glen is standing by in Rainbow Crescent where we begin. Glen, over to you.
Hello, good day friends. It's yours truly, Glen again. I'm right here at Rainbow Crescent. This is where it all began. For the situation that we're talking about, the flooding from the 31st of August and the 18th of September. So this is a debris catchment at Rainbow Crescent. It was designed to capture some of the debris and to slow down the water flowing through the course of the river. But one of the major problems or the major situation, it has been lack of service or lack of maintenance. Meaning that the slush and the debris have not been cleared fast enough, and that itself has caused some of the water to restrict some of the water flow from the catchment. So this is one of the first situations that I think needs the majority of attention. First of all, it has been implemented I believe that it has been implemented to slow down some of the water in the water course, because without this catchment itself, I believe that it will have a more vaster flow of water, which may cause a lot of damages to some of the residents on the other side of the river because of the bottleneck situation. So this is one of the catchments that has been implemented, but again, it needs proper attention, it needs proper servicing, proper maintenance. The debris needs to be moved occasionally and not to be left there to cause more problem for the residents beyond this catchment. So as we continue again during this the course of the river that has created this catastrophe of natural disaster flooding for the residents of this area. So as we continue, just follow me and let's go.
Rishi Mathura, a resident for over 50 years, shares his experience with us. He stated that developments on the hills are mainly responsible.
Yes, good day everybody. So this is episode 1. I'm interviewing one of the residents which have been affected on Friday the 18th of September 2020, the drastic flooding in this area. This is one of the residents. What's the name?
Rishi Mathura.
Mr. Rishi Mathura, nice to meet you. Glen, how long you have been here? Well, how long you have been a resident of Arouca, of Railway Road Arouca? And, if this has been a recent problem. So just tell us briefly.
No, well, actually, we've been here for 60 years. We've been here all our lives, actually.
60 years?
Yeah, about 60 years. But we've been here for about 55, out of that, in total. But,
yeah.
But every year we usually get a little flooding. There's always been a little, nothing much, in the yard.
No, but flooding like what we have been seeing, like what has happened currently on the 18th?
It started occurring, let's say, when Bonnet West was developed. That's there about almost 20 years, a little more than 20 years. And every year since then, we've been getting one major flood. And they never did anything about it. Now, it's gotten even worse because now we have squatting on the hills. And we have another development in Windy Hill. That's been going on now for about 10 years. And basically when we look at it, it's really those two things contributing with Bonnet West as well. Because the Bonnet West flooding wasn't really that bad, but we still get it every year.
So tell me something. I notice you built on a high area there.
That was the
Yes, I see the mark. I see the water mark.
all the way up.
Yeah.
But a couple of years back, we had it all the way to the top of the wall, which is about 4, maybe 4.5 feet. So it was level with the bus route. If you look down to the bus route.
Been crossing the bus route on that height? My goodness, that's over 6 feet.
Right, so that's what you're going to get, because it's not just water from, let's say, this area, but you're getting water from all over coming down.
So tell me something, these drainage, I notice you got some good box drain in this area. So have these box drain been servicing this water? Has been?
Yes, the local stuff here, like if the rain was to fall hard, which it does, it would take it off as quickly as possible, or as is possible. But that overwhelming rain and all these other problems that we're having, and no one's really Just it, because we have yet to see councillors. We've yet to see the area rep, right? And the ODPM did pass on the 31st, which is Independence Day, but nothing.
That was prior to the previous flooding you had before.
Yeah, they've been here quite a number of times actually.
So, what do you take of the statement Mr. Jerry David had made about the residents has to adapt to this?
You mean we should get used to the flooding?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Well,
What's your take on
that's a real dumb statement to make. I mean, if he's holding any kind of position that could affect that, I mean, he should be asked to at least apologize. I mean, he doesn't live here.
That's it.
Right? And we lost fridges, stoves, washing machines. My apartment is clean. There's nothing left to lose, including clothes. I'm sleeping in a hammock now.
My goodness.
Right? So, you know, it's not a question of handouts or anything like that. Do something about it. The ODPM is supposed to put forward proposals to help the situation. You don't ever hear anything from them. And of course, they're overwhelmed every time there's a flooding or some kind of disaster. Mostly in Trinidad, it's flooding.
Yes.
And they always seem to be catching up, which we find strange. So we throw money at you, we throw equipment at you, and nothing. You know, somebody's asleep at the wheel.
I believe that is a correct statement you made there.
As a new normal, no.
So what is your next move from here?
Move out.
Yeah.
No, because the apartment needs to renovate and fix and flood-proof now to a different level. Because apparently no height we put now is good enough.
No sandbags, nothing can help.
No, nothing's helping.
It just the water is just settling in this area.
Every year it gets a little higher and a little higher and a little higher, and that's where it's going.
All right. Well, we're making this initiative to get out to the public. We're trying to get the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to understand the plight of the residents of Arouca, Railway Road, the neighboring streets as well, so they could understand what has been going on, what the residents, what the people on the ground has been going through, and we're trying to make a breakthrough. So we're trying to highlight these situations and we're trying to get it out there to the public. And as we continue on to the next episode or our next journey, we will highlight more and more of the situation and how we could try to deal with it, and what we have possibly think that our investigation has carried us on to find out what is causing these flooding in this area.
Thank you, Glen. Up next, we have 57-year-old Phillip. Wayne has tried many precautions to avoid flooding, including investing in water pumps. Glen will take us through the discussion with Wayne.
Yes, good morning again. So we're here at Railway Road again in Arouca, and we're here with Mr. Wayne Phillip. We are right in the back of his residence. Some of the flooding has been occurring in the back here as well since September the 18th. On the footage you'll see in a little bit you'll see some of the occurrence, what was happening with the flooding in the back here. So Mr. Wayne, just give us a brief history, how long you have been a resident of this area and this situation, what you have experienced, what you have think about it.
Well, I was born here. I grew up here. I'm 57 years old. We've been having floods. You can't stop it. But lately, it has gone, it is not like it used to be.
It escalated a great deal.
Leaps and bounds. You used to get flooding normally, used to come in the yard, you wash it out, no problem. I don't have a problem with it. But now, it's not like that anymore.
5 minutes rain and...
5 minutes rain, you're getting no less than 4 feet of water. Well, not 4, around 2.5 feet of water in the yard, straight to the house. Into your kitchen, all your furniture. Well, I don't have furniture downstairs, but I have a bar, so most of my goods I have to either put them on height. Sometimes they get wet.
You have a business place, commercial business place downstairs, so that has been suffered a great ordeal of losses.
I would not say no. I want to be honest with you. I have taken precautions for that, but it put a strain on me because I have to now put everything on height in my house. Plus, I have to block doors, waterways, anything that water could get in. I have to secure it.
Well, I'm seeing in the back here of your land here, there's a drainage that has been going from south to north. This drainage, it is roughly about 10 feet wide, 8 feet deep. This drainage have not been helping no sort to service this water out of the area?
It does, to a point. But what happens is, the whole system of it is like this. It comes this way and to the front by the main road, where there is only a 4 feet tunnel that takes the water out of it. So when it reaches there, sometimes trees, logs, debris blocks it and it backs this way.
Oh, so it's just maintenance has been the problem of that drainage.
Lots of it.
A lack of maintenance.
Lack of it, sorry. Like I say, we will get the flooding. You cannot stop it. Rain has to fall. It's nature. But we could do something to at least alleviate the problem in some way.
I'm happy that you said that. So what have you think about the statement Mr. Jerry David made, the senior management coordinator, disaster management coordinator? He made a statement, I believe over the weekend, that we as Trinidadians, we have to adapt to this flooding situation. What do you think about that statement he made?
He probably live in a place where rain don't fall. You understand? Yes, we do get it, of course. But we cannot be living like this every week. It's 7 flood in 2 weeks.
7 flood, you say?
7 flood
My
in 2
goodness.
weeks. Ask any one of the neighbors, they will tell you that.
We have been going around and been taking and recording and taking data about these situations which have been occurring in this area of Arouca recently, and they have a lot to say. 5 minutes rain, and the water is coming down from the mountain, from the hills,
yes,
tremendously.
Yeah.
The second problem they're having is that after the water, the flooding occurs and it subsides and it goes down, the residue of the dirt, the sand, which carries bacteria. They're saying that the corporation is not coming in time to wash it down, and this bacteria could affect their children.
Corporation don't wash anything.
They don't.
Corporation don't wash anything.
In this area?
Nowhere.
Oh my goodness.
We do it ourselves.
You wash it down yourself?
The most they do, they take up the debris that you put outside, if you so choose. Right? But we have no choice but to put it outside. They picked up.
Yeah, because I've noticed the streets as well, Thomas Streets, Railway, they have a lot of the debris on the sand and the bacteria on the roads, and which I know as a health risk hazardous. It must be washed down after this kind of occurrence, because of the sewage and other stuff that coming down also will remain in the road.
We got rats, we got cockroaches, we got snakes. They come down in the water, they look for places to hide, to shelter, right? Nobody from the insect vector, county, rodent control, nobody came to say, well, look, we come to put down any rat poison, any...
Yeah, because the pest, there will be an increase of pests.
Whatever they have, no one came.
Yes.
At least so far, nobody come.
I'm seeing there's a lot of water marks on the wall. How high this water is reaching your property?
This is where it's what? This is where it's at. Right? Because this is at.
Whoa. That's very high. Because your whole property is raised.
Yes,
as I could see here, the whole property is raised. What is the challenges you're facing with the washing down and the water supply to do the washing down?
I have addressed it in my own way. I have 2 water tanks and I have a pump. So that helps me. Sometimes I use a submersible pump. I put it in the river, the same river, electrical submersible pump, and take the same water and try to just take the slush out.
To wash out the slush?
Yeah. No, not everybody could do it. Nobody could afford it. I am just one that, tried. Did it. Right? But you have to feel for the people, look, next door. The man can't clean that.
Is there a great deal of challenge for you to get water from Wassa to wash it down from in this area?
No, I can't say that. No, sorry.
So you get water, you get a water supply.
Right. We do.
It's just the heavy slush.
Yeah.
That is the problem, to wash it out.
When I finish here, I had to go and help some of the neighbors. Especially the lady out there. That's come like part and parcel of the job. You clean your place, you go on the road and you help somebody else.
Understood. Okay, well, thanks again. So we're continuing. We're going on again to meet with other residents from the area, Railway Road, to highlight this disaster, this natural disaster which have occurred in the Arouca area, and to get it out there to you people so you can see the reality of what the citizens and the residents of this area have been facing for quite a while.
Glen, how is it going? And what are some of the things that you have picked up on so far?
So we've been out here for the morning. interviewing some of the residents of the area, listening to some of the comments that they made, some of the reports they have given about the drainage and the flooding within their homes from prior to September the 18th. And we have made our way onto the main road, whereby this bridge is one of the major bridge that the water of the river crosses. As you can see, it's about 12 feet spanning, and it's coming down to this bottleneck area, which is about close to 6 feet, as you can see, with a height of the bridge of nothing more than 7 feet, hindering the water flow, the natural flow, causing a bottleneck to majority of the water in the area, causing a spillage or overflow. Now that we have investigated could be one of the problems, but in this episode we are just showing the effect of the area in Railway Road and Arouca to cover some of the hindrance of this water flow. But as we follow up, we'll continue the investigation to go beyond to find out what causing the increase of water coming down to this area.
A pipe is in the way, as this resident of Atherton Drive has stated. We caught up with Mr. Atherton during his cleanup, and this is what he has to say.
My name is Pericles Atherton. I live at Light Pole 51 Atherton Drive, Railway Road, Arouca. Flooding has been going on here for quite a while, more 40, 50 years now, but it's getting worse, progressively worse through the years. Well, through the years, it has been going into the house all around, but take a few precautions to stop it from entering the house, like building steps to go inside and thing. But if it wasn't for that, well, it going all inside all the time. For the past 2 weeks, they had about 4 floods, all of them very bad. But we have 2 Wassa mains passing below the Parity bus route. If they move out those mains and put them on top the bridge, that will help to alleviate some of the flooding. I'm not saying all, but we will get some relief. A main drain that comes in just before the Parity bridge, that drain runs at a 90-degree angle to the river. And I believe that if they should make that enter in a Y, in a kind of Y shape, that will also help, because that causing the water to back as it coming down.
Yeah.
The water comes over this wall, many times. Today, this is the water line here. And so how high it came. Initially touched it, and at times it comes over on top of the galvanized from the river. Goes over. As you see, it's washing down in progress.
Yeah.
It's all inside the apartment. But you see the line there now, but let's come over that also.
So as we cross the road, we have not got the residents of this area to do any interview. As you can see, some of the damages to their property as it continues to erode the land, continues to cause more damages to several properties in the area. Besides homes, besides lives are being distorted by this flooding that is occurring continuously.
I'm flicking tractor pass and fuss open the gate, and this will going home now. Right through. What's up? Put the basket on top of there. Put the basket on top of there.
The residents are crying out, as you just heard. Just one interview before we wrap up today's episode. Mr. Gonzalez is blaming this wall that has been constructed in 2013 for the cause of the floodings. He stated that August 30th was the first time he has experienced such floodings.
Yes, so we're here at Railway Road Extension. We're here with Mr. Gonzalez, and he's going to share some of his oversight of what went on during the 18th and beyond that, since the 31st as well. That was the first time it happened. It started happening to that magnitude.
And now, I don't know who is the constructor that built a bank that says a restriction bank to slow down the flow of the water coming in from the river. I don't know which is the contractor that, but you see that's what they do there, creating a problem here now.
But as for this area from the 31st and the 18th, what was your experience of this situation with this flooding going on here?
Well, right now I can carry show you, the house by me, the whole house is water. It's slush right now in that whole house, everything's spoiled inside there. I had some good thing for cupboards and to install the build cupboards now.
Yes.
Come in assembly, I said assembly cupboards.
Yes.
All spoiled, fridges, I do fridges and things, washing machine, all get water soak and everything. So I had to change all them people motor, fridge motors, I don't have the service. I mean, this is what I've been going through since the last 5 times it happened.
So as a resident of Railway Road Extension, I've noticed this wall. This is a retaining wall for flooding, preventing the water from coming over from the river. There was reports that the water even reached as high as this wall from the river on that side there. And the river there is already about 14 feet spanning, 10 feet deep. So this retaining wall, when this wall was established, to your knowledge?
How long does Dubai? About how much year? 2013.
2013, under that time.
That was who? That was
On that time, Jack Warner, or he was the Minister of Works at that time. So this wall has prevented the water from coming up to most of the residents on the street. Has it helped in a great deal so far?
It helped both. This wall helped. This retaining wall going on help on this side. But you see the one up so, they have no retaining wall up there. That piece of wall they put, the retaining the size walls too low for that anyhow you take it. If the size wall probably raised, that might help. But that wall right now creating a big problem on here. And plenty of residents deciding to guess this man, we're going to lick it on. Because nobody are coming along to say, well, look here what's going on. Nobody are coming along to say, well, look, what's the problem we have in here? See, Council come on here as yet. For election, everybody was passed along here and shaking hand and everything. I see nobody come on here to find what issues going on here. No councillors are passed.
You understand is that the residents have been saying that serve as concerned citizens to try to share the views and reports of the residents of this area and try to get it out there to the public, enlighten the public what have been going on with flooding in Arouca area. So what is your understanding from the report from the statement that Mr. Jerry David did, the senior disaster management coordinator, that he made a statement over the weekend on CNC3 that the citizens have to adapt to this reality of natural disaster. What do you think about that?
I ain't have much to say much about it, but let me tell you something. This adapting thing to that situation ain't making sense what he's saying there, because here what's going on. It have things to prevent these things from happening. And we are real engineers inside here.
Correct.
And I don't know what them to be doing something.
Correct.
We have engineers here to solve this problem. That bank they put up by the river there, if they come and see it, when it's flooding, they go understand what I'm talking about right now. You understand? Because what you're saying there making sense to me right now. We can't adapt to that. You can't tell me what we never have it before and why we having it now. Inquire
and do the relevant research and investigation, see what is causing this right now in this area.
Yeah. You see, if councillors or whoever had in charge of this situation could pass on and hear the people in the area voice, probably have a better understanding what's going on.
As we continue, we are going to the residence of Mr. Gonzalez here, and we will see the damages, how that affected him and his livelihood on his property. Okay, so let's move.
Oi, how that? Wicked. Wagwan bad charge. Over jungle, wicked man thing. Waterhouse, wicked man thing. Rona Jerusalema, wicked man thing. Look how the AK pretty and slim. Rona back to wicked man thing. Rona Blackburn pen, wicked man thing. What more say?
So as we gradually move and progress onwards to more interview and more reports investigating why this has This flooding natural disaster has been occurring so occasionally and so in depth that it has been to this cause. We will continue to episode 2. So look out for us, continue with us. Spread this video to your friends.
Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye, be safe, and look out for episode 2.
Jerusalema, ikayalami, ngilondoloze, ambenami, zungangishilana. Jerusalema, ikayalami,